Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Guess who's in the kitchen today?
Jason.
Jason's back. So today we are going to make freezer strawberry jam. And he's going to help me because he's going to man the blender. So this is a very easy recipe. I've not made it in a long time, so I hope everything goes as I remember.
I mean, I don't remember it being terrible, so we'll find out.
So this is the jell recipe for their freezer jam. So for this, you'll have your strawberries, which I've already cut the tops off. And then you can use a potato masher to mash them up into pieces, or a blender. So we've got that stuff ready. So the first thing you want to do, according to the instructions, which I've already washed and rinsed my containers. So now we're going to cut, which I already cut the fruit. And when you chop these, you want to chop them 1 cup at a time. Like I said, using a potato masher, or if you're using a food processor or one of these Vitamixes, you pulse to very finely chop. You do not puree.
Okay.
Jam should have bits of fruit, and that's one reason I like this recipe. This is what I
just keep it on variable.
Yep. And then hold on, I'm gonna read the instructions first. So then, after you do that, our recipe does not call for lemon juice, so you can skip that. You will need the sugar, which is 4 cups of sugar. And then you will need a box of jell, because this is their recipe. We're only going to do 1 run, so 1 box of jell. So I'll need the 4 cups of sugar, and then supposedly 2 cups of berries after they're chopped. So that's what we're going to do today. So I hope this turns out like I remember.
So should I just do maybe a cup?
You'll do a cup of this at a time.
How many cups is there?
I have no idea. Hold on, let's measure now. You got to measure. It tells you to measure in this thing. If you read it, even the sugar and your berries, it says to measure. So let's roughly, we'll say that's a cup. So we'll do a cup in there.
Okay. So I probably don't need the tamper.
Okay. And then I've got you a bowl that you can pour your.
Okay. So you tell me when we hit the consistency of what you think.
Okay.
Right? It's going to be live.
2 cups of crushed strawberries. So yes, we need 2 cups.
Oh.
I think that's, yeah, that's good. We don't want to overdo it. Let me get us a, what do you call this thing? You want to go maybe a little finer then?
I can. You know, what should I?
Because we do want to produce some juice.
Okay.
And you probably could have used that, hold on, I got to measure. So put this down there and measure. He don't like to measure.
Wouldn't it be?
It says 2 cups of crushed berries.
Okay, hold on.
So I need to know. I got you.
No, it's coming out. I was going to shake it, shimmy it.
So we're seeing about a cup of berries is going to take you about a 1/2 cup of crushed. I said it's probably what, been 10 years since I've made this?
Oh yeah, at least. So that's just about a 1/2 cup. So we'll probably.
May end up using all these.
I think
that's
so.
my plan.
So put this in here.
Let's leave it sitting there so we can put some. Put that in there.
I'm getting confused. So now you don't have the.
Guess what? I got another cup right here.
Okay.
I have plenty of measuring cups.
So it'll take all those to get.
That was my plan, so I'm hoping that'll work out.
Okay.
There you go.
You tell me when.
A little bit more. What?
And this Vitamix, we're just keeping it on the variable because it will puree the whiz out of things.
Yeah. Ooh, that's looking good. Yeah.
Hold on. There's a
So I bought 1 quart of strawberries in case you do use this recipe and you're wondering what you need to buy.
So there's your cup right there.
Yeah, it's a very heavy cup.
Yep. So go ahead and pour it in the.
Yeah. That's good. You can stir it over here.
Okay.
Don't you sit that on the counter. Strawberries will stain your counters,
Yeah.
so if you have old counters like this
old
house,
counters.
do not.
I think it'll take all those strawberries probably.
What? Good.
They're pretty darn close.
That's a big berry. And you do want.
Give me a few extra strawberries.
You do want fresh strawberries that are really ripe. Even overripe's good. You just don't want the ones that are like really white and. That's good. Now, growing up, I can still remember Mom using the potato masher. And I helped her, so I can remember the potato masher. Me and Mom made the... So we're getting pretty close there.
Just throw me... That's probably enough right there.
That's okay.
Should I go ahead and throw these in?
No, I'll hold it
okay,
for
you
you.
got it. Alright.
That's good. Oops, sorry. I looked at the camera.
That's okay. Then throw them in there. Should I put the rest of this in? Probably not.
Probably not, because it really wants you to go by the recipe.
Okay, so the rest of these we can eat, and this also.
So 1 quart of strawberries. I'm gonna show them what we had left.
Okay.
This is how much I had left. So 1 quart will do this.
Now, do you want me to measure out 4 cups of sugar?
Yes.
Where's your
Now, hold on. Let me wash this one.
Okay.
Because kid myself confused. I'm like, what am I
No worries.
doing? Here, you put this over. We'll use that in a minute.
I was looking for that glass.
Oh yeah, it should be. Oh, it's up in there in that one. That's a good one because this is gonna be wet. And I was like, the sugar is gonna stay.
So these are awesome.
And then you'll see this is our crushed berries here. So you want it to have some juice. So
4 cups of sugar?
oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I had got him that out, but that's okay.
4 cups?
All right, so we got to go back to our instructions now. We've got our...
I forgot there's a cup of measuring in here too.
I forgot about that too. All right, so we need an exact amount of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be your
So how much is these?
4 cups of sugar.
Well, that's a lot of sugar.
Yeah. You can put it over in this if you need room.
Does that hold 4 cups?
Yeah. All right, so we have our 4 cups of sugar, and you have your 2 cups of your crushed strawberries. Now you've got to pour your stuff together, and you've got to stir.
Can the folks see this?
Yeah.
There's so much sugar. Goodness. Folks, don't be concerned, but that's how much sugar goes in jelly.
Yeah. And that's the recipe it tells you right there. So, you're going to stir your sugar into prepared fruit. Mix well. Let stand 10 minutes, stir occasionally. So after you mix that really good, we'll get us a timer and let that.
No, I need to get us a decent digital timer for in here.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
All right, so I'm going to set the timer, and then I'll probably put it like on a time lapse so you can see us coming periodically to stir it.
Okay.
So we'll be back. All right, we're back. So we've let our sugar and strawberries set for the 10 minutes, periodically stirring.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is trying to get some of that graininess from the sugar to break down. So
I
now
think it's done well.
Now that's done,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to make the sure gel. So for your sure gel, we're going to mix 3/4 cup of water and a box of this. So let's see. I was wondering if there was instructions on this, but I don't see it. But anyway, I was trying to see if it was different than what was in my instructions. So let me get our water and stuff moved over to the sink. To the stove, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. We did 3/4 cup of water and 1 box of your pectin, and you're gonna stir this together. And it said it's okay, it may be lumpy, but you're just gonna stir it. What we're gonna do is try to get this to a boil, and then boil for a minute. I'm gonna read my instructions again. Does anybody else read their instructions like 20 times? So you have the box of pectin and 3/4 cup of water in a small saucepan. Pectin may start out lumpy. Bring to boil on high heat, stirring constantly. Boil 1 minute, stirring constantly, remove from heat. And then this is where, after that, you go to your mixture.
Okay. So as soon as it comes to a boil, then we set a timer for a minute?
Yeah.
Got it.
And I was wrong. Once we stirred this in with the strawberries, that's when you want to watch for the graininess.
Really?
Yeah. Stir pectin mixture into fruit. Stir constantly until sugar is completely dissolved and no longer grainy. About 3 minutes.
Okay. So
A few crystals may remain.
Okay. So once we do that, set the timer again for 3 minutes?
3 minutes, yeah.
And you stir it constantly?
Yeah. And so we're waiting on that one to come to
a boil.
And then boil it for a minute. And you'll notice in the box of Sure Gel, any of y'all old timers remember when you used to get the recipe in there? It does not come in this anymore.
It's printed really small and confusing on the back.
Oh.
But it doesn't tell you how much water to put.
You're right. It never tells you.
I wonder if you're just supposed to now put powder. That doesn't sound right.
No, that wouldn't sound right. But I say this is from when I first went out on my own making it, or actually Mom might have gave me this one.
I think we are almost ready to boil.
Yeah, this is all it tells you on the box. It's crazy. Can't make heads or tail from that.
Yeah. The borderline getting ready to boil. Okay, go ahead and set the timer.
Oh, is it boiling?
It's like bubbling. I'll go ahead and set the timer. Should I turn the heat down?
No, it says to do this on high. Bring to boil on high heat, stirring constantly. Boil 1 minute.
I'm pulling it off the heat so it don't bubble up.
That's fine. So I'm going to stop this so you see, what boiling looks like, so I can get my camera moved back over when we make the jam.
Okay. You ready?
Alright, here he comes. He's got the Sure Gel that has went for a minute. Now you're going to stir it in there. I'll get your whisk if you want to make sure you take all of it out of that pan.
Got it.
Get every bit of that Sure Gel out. That's what helps thicken it.
Ready.
Okay.
And now,
And then once you have that mixed together, I'll set your timer for 3 minutes.
ideally, we probably shouldn't have done this in plastic.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I've set that timer for 3 minutes. So we gotta stir this constantly. It said for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I can tell it's feeling really good as far as no graininess, which is a big deal with jam, freezer jam. But you know, this is gonna be quite a bit of jelly for probably $10.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't a lot of work.
No?
I remember when I was a little kid, it was like a huge ordeal making jam because, well, we would make a lot at a time. I mean, like 20, 30 jars, which is ridiculous, like amounts of jelly. But we would make it for and eat on it for years.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to make jelly, but maybe like once every 3 years.
Oh.
Because it stays good.
Yeah. I don't think ours lasted through a year.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's just 3 of us growing up, so
Yeah.
we didn't eat ton, but.
So yeah, we stirred constantly until sugar is completely dissolved and no longer grainy, about 3 minutes. Does that feel, it doesn't look like it's...
No, I feel it. I think it's feeling really good.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Is it good?
It's so good.
Now I'll tell you, this jelly beats the crap out of every jelly you would ever buy.
Once you grow up with jelly like this, it's hard to eat it from a store.
And I'll tell you what, Sherry and I made peach jam one year, and it's the...
We're back.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi. Tell them what happened.
The GoPro overheated, and it shut off, I guess because we had it on the stove eye where it was not on the stove eye, but over the heater.
But it is really hot.
Over the stove heat, I guess.
So I had to grab my cell phone and start doing this.
We got about 40 seconds left.
Okay. So you can set that to the side since it's not green. I'll set up our little
Station.
Yeah. So
You just want to do it right here, or do it? Okay, we got to do it over there.
Don't have to.
No, let's do it over there. Because you already got the camera set up here.
Hold on, I had to grab a different towel. Again, we'll stain your counters, so we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got our jar set up. I use a funnel, whatever you have to help not make a mess is up to you. So, now that we are putting this into our jars, pour into prepared containers, leaving a 1/2 inch space at the top for expansion during freezer, and cover.
Right?
Yep, we're ready.
Alright. That's where it'll get a smidge messy, possibly.
Yeah. And I remember now we always had to use a straw or something to poke through for the berries. Look at that prettiness.
I know. It's looking good. We're going to have to clean the side of these jars off.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, don't scoop no more.
Okay.
You have to get that straw. Okay, do this one. I think.
You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm coming with some more.
It stopped up.
Okay, hold on. There's a nice piece of strawberry went in that one. You ready?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Now, I personally like getting pieces of the berries in my jam.
Will it hold some more?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Now I know they make fancy stuff for you canning and doing all this. Yeah, a little bit. But, you know, no more than I make this. I just make do with what I have.
Yeah, I mean, this, you wouldn't really need much more.
Okay.
Oops.
Don't jab it so hard, please.
I didn't mean to. About slipped out of my hand. Ready?
Yeah.
Probably enough for that one, maybe.
Yeah, if you pause this, I might have to go get another jar.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we are back.
We are back. Now you just want to make sure you use your wet rag and clean any spilt
Which
jelly.
I accidentally spilled a lot on that one jar. I did good except that jar. But,
Yeah.
so that's how much jelly we made for $10. And it's awesome jelly.
So
Awesome.
this is your freezer jam. So this is why you're not having to heat up containers or anything. But you're just putting them in the jars.
Now I forgot, do we put them in a jar, seal it down, and wait for it to...
Yeah, you gotta wait for them to pop. So now that we're putting the lids on,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta leave this for about 24 hours and just lightly put lids on. Don't like
Oh, is that right?
over tighten them. You're just literally doing that. Because when you also put them in the freezer, that'll expand. So you're just literally doing that. So you're going to set these somewhere out of the way for the next 24 hours, and you're going to hear a pop. And once you hear that pop, that means it's sealed and it's ready to go in the freezer. For any reason in the 24 hours you come back and there's one of them that has not sealed, you want to go ahead and use that one now.
Yeah.
That one would not go in the freezer.
Which we're probably going to only freeze 2 of these and leave 2 down to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But
Anyway. And then, of course, you know, I keep them in the freezer up to a year. And I think it says in the refrigerator you can leave them in there for about 3 weeks. So.
Which they do not last that long here.
No, don't last around here that long. But that's it.
And they look beautiful. I mean, they turned out pretty.
Yeah. And you can come in there periodically and like kind of turn it and see if it's starting to set up. I don't personally like mine super thick. So I like mine to stay kind of runny, easier to smear, stuff like that. So, like so, even when you're doing this, pouring the strawberry, put you something down because you're gonna get strawberry mix everywhere.
And it is super sticky.
Yeah.
It is stickier, like 10 times stickier than honey ever thought about that.
But that's our freezer jam, quick and easy, sure gel freezer jam.
Yeah, I'd say it didn't take us 30 minutes, if even that, right?
Yeah, I felt like it went really fast. We'll have to do a video in a little bit doing the peach jam.
I'd like to try it.
I do love the peach jam.
Yeah.
But hope y'all like this video. If you have any comments about how you make your freezer jam, put them in the comments. Love to read it. Always love to learn some tips and tricks. So make sure to share this with your friends and subscribe.
And like.
And like.
Bye-bye.
Bye.